Hunt with passion. Never stop casting. Chase the dream. Welcome to Season 7 of Musky Mastery Outdoors, brought to you by Bucher Outdoors, #1 in big game fish products. Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen. And by Great Lakes Potato Chips. Snack happy, every chip, every bag.
Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to another video here on the Musky Mastery YouTube channel. Well guys, in this video I am going to try to answer the two most commonly asked questions about Recon's 895 tiller here with regard to steering this boat, okay? Here's the first question. How well does this boat track in the wind, especially for you folks out there who are trollers? You'll want to know, as a tiller, how easy does this boat track without, just deviating from the course you have kind of set, okay? And I want to bring your attention here, and of course, this is, as you've seen in my previous videos, my setup here does not have hydraulic or power steering or anything like that, okay? So how achievable is this with the standard setup? Here I've got a Mercury Command Thrust 90, and one thing you're going to see here, if Steph can kind of zoom in, is this little tension knob here, okay? So you can see as I move the tiller arm, there is a little tension knob here that I can tighten and loosen, and depending on how much play I want in my motor as far as steering ability, I can just kind of loosen or tighten that knob. So let me show you here as I put the boat in gear. Now we're just going a slow speed here, and I'm going to probably get up and move around, so I'm not going to tie up with my kill switch at the moment, but we're going to just kind of idle into the wind, and I just want to show you how, if you were trolling in a heavier wind like this, here we got about 15, 20 mile an hour gust, how easy this boat tracks, or how well it tracks in a stiff wind, okay? So now, you can see right now, see how easy I can move this engine, okay? Very simple. All I have to do now is just tighten that 1/4 inch, okay? And now look at this, okay? So you're gonna see here, as I'm trolling, this motor is not moving at all. In fact, if I wanna, push her a little more to steer myself to the right, here I'm gonna push it a little bit toward me to steer us left a little bit. Notice how this motor does not budge. And in fact, if you wanted to tighten this up even further, if you're on the Great Lakes and you're trolling in bigger rollers, very simple to just tighten that knob. Again, you can see here, very simple to move the tiller handle here, but it's not going to budge, okay? And you can see, again, you could be hands-free. I could be over here at my starboard console, setting a waypoint, looking for fish, zooming out on my map, and then come back here, and again, this is not going to budge, okay? Now, Steph, if you wouldn't mind panning out here for the folks, take a look at the windy conditions here, okay? Very windy. We got a real stiff north wind here. Now, Steph, pan back at the engine here. And as you can see, guys, the motor with that simple just tension adjustment knob, it doesn't move at all. In fact, if you tighten it up all the way, it won't budge. Now, when I'm driving it, okay, when I'm going to take off, I'm of course going to loosen that knob up, and now I have a lot more just ease of moving the tiller arm, okay? So that's the first thing we're covering in this video. All right, guys, the second most commonly asked question about Recon's 895T is how easy is it to drive this boat without hydraulic power steering? Now, I've spoke about this in a few of my previous videos, and I went ahead and showed you guys the tilt trim anode, which is installed on the lower part of this engine, okay, to negate some of the classic torque that's produced by the propeller that makes steering with a traditional tiller like this without power steering generally very difficult. Again, the tilt trim anode counteracts that torque, okay? But I want to go in detail now and actually talk about a few other things, okay? And here we go. The first thing that I do when I'm taking off, when I've got a full tank of gas, I'm fully loaded with rods, gear, clients, etc., is I start with my 90 horse Merc all the way in the lowest trim down position, okay? That allows me to punch through and get on plane the fastest. Now, once I get up on plane and I'm in the process of speeding up, you're gonna see me tilt the engine up just a little bit. That kind of evens the engine out, and it allows that tilt trim anode to give me a real easy steering ability, okay? But one thing that I haven't talked about that I think is really cool, and I want you folks to see this in this video, is this. When I want to steer the boat to the right, to the starboard side, okay, what I'm gonna do at full speed actually, and it's a really cool thing that I just, as you get to know your engine and you get to know your boat, you're going to learn these things, but I'm sharing it here with you now. When I want to steer the boat to the right, you're gonna see me today just actually tilt the motor up. The way I have my tilt trim anode is when I tilt the motor up at full speed, it actually makes the engine steer itself. It actually pushes the throttle and the whole handle to the left, which is going to steer the boat to the right. Now, if I want to steer the boat to the left, I want to go toward the port side at full speed, and this is after I've already got the motor kind of leveled out, I will actually trim the motor back down, and this will promote a leftward turn. So again now, under a heavy load and under heavy wind, and you got the wake boat waves, how easy is it to drive this thing? Well, I'm about to show you. With a little help of your tilt trim switch in combination with the tilt trim anode, which is installed on the lower unit of this engine, it kind of acts like its own hydraulic steering system. So I apologize with the wind today. The audio is going to be terrible. Steph's doing her best as we take off here. Again, I'm all connected here, so we're ready to take some crazy turns. So here we go. You're going to see me take off. I'm going to adjust the trim so it's evened out, and then I'm going to point, and Steph's going to kind of zoom in, and you're going to see me take these turns with ease. Okay? Here we go. Easy it is to drive this boat with no hydraulic steering. I mean, we were going wild there. I mean, some hairpin turns. I mean, I hope you were able to see how easy it is to turn this big motor under high power, high speed, because it's very easy. So there you have it, guys. Two of the most commonly asked questions about the 895 tiller by Recon Boats. I hope you enjoyed this video. There's more content coming about this tiller. We're going to answer all your questions. So as always,